All right, good morning, everyone. I don't know if it's morning for you, but it's morning for me. A little fog, sun hasn't burned off yet, but we're gonna go out for a little spin over to the garage in the GT4. I wanted to update you on the exhaust status and whatever else I come up with while I'm driving here. But the car's not warm, we're at 84 degrees, so take it easy. It's 382 miles on it now. Input. You can hear the exhaust difference. Got a little bit of drone, but not a boomy, obnoxious drone. It's just louder. You can hear a little bit of overrun burble you get from having the valves disconnected, but I like it. A little more amplitude. You know, when you first get a car, it's funny, when you first get a car, and it has stock exhaust, it's just great. It's not bad. I don't think you get used to it. And then you get kind of bored with it, and you want a little more output. So the plan for this car is to put a bunch of Soul performance exhausts on the thing. They have race headers, meaning that it would eliminate the cat. They have a race exhaust, a rear section, which is basically just a 90, into the exit, which would eliminate all the valves and chambers and all of that, all the mufflers. It's resonated, so you can choose a resonated option. So that's what I have coming. And then you have what I have on the car now, which are over axle pipes. And then I guess a sort of slight modification option is that you have a valve controller, which I haven't installed yet. So right now I have just the over axle pipe, which eliminates the, they say that it doesn't have particular filters in here, but it sure does look like it's a particular filter. I have to look at what is an actual OPF, or I forget what the O part is, but what is the particulate filter? What is that? Maybe someone could post it in the comments, a resource for what that actually does and how it works. But the over axle pipe gives you a more straight through, the stock pipe has a little flatness to it, so this is a truly round pipe, and then eliminates that big bung where the OPF is. So you get quite a bit more amplitude, but then the problem, I didn't even think about it with this car, they didn't notice it as much with the stock exhaust, is it would sound great above 3,700 RPMs-ish, where the valve's open. But the issue is, this is very different than the GT3. As much as I hate how the valves operate on the GT3, this car, the gearing's a lot different, and the red line's 1,000 RPM lower. So you don't spend as much time above, say 4,000 RPMs. So you don't end up with the valves opening. And so what I did, I haven't done the valve controller yet, but what I did is I disconnected the valve. So right now, that's what you hear. So there's a little bit of drone, but not anything crazy. A lot of times on the GT3, a lot of the different exhaust iterations I did had crazy drone, but it sounds way better. And so the other iteration that Soul is working on, I think it's coming out soon, is a rear section. So my guess is the combo, we'll see what the race version sounds like. My guess is that's going to be really droney and boomy. I think the combo is going to end up being the over axle pipes, and then some sort of valve controller, meaning that when you press this button, you have to remember, you press the button here, it doesn't open valves on any other time but at idle. So, I see so funny, I see people on YouTube saying, let's turn the exhaust on, let's put the straight pipes on. First of all, there are no straight pipes on a Porsche. It's a lot of curves, 90s. Stop calling it a straight pipe, you sound like an idiot. But the valve controller is probably something necessary. And I know DSC is working on something where it would actually work right here from the factory button. thing I did is I'm actually taking it to the garage now. I'm going to pull it in. Is I lowered the car and everything feels great. Everything drives straight. I made sure to adjust it all equally. But the front's a little too low. I don't have any rubbing or anything. I could slam it if I wanted to, but we removed all the preload from the car. So we'll add a little preload to the front. I'll bring it up a little bit because it just doesn't look quite right. I don't like that super tough because it's a little bit sunk on this car. See how much better it sounds. This is probably the way to go, but I could still stomach even more amplitude. The other thing I wanted to see, I don't notice any, I put 7mm spacers in the front, I don't notice any, there's no shimmy or wheel shake, so that's good. It is hard to get up, with the longer gearing, it is hard to get up to the red line. Third gear, you're going like a freaking 100 and something. So I also put the T-Design 9 module in here, so when I turn the car on, it remembers the last setting. So I don't have to go on and turn the auto stop start button on or turn it off. I don't have to do any of that. Doing a video here soon to compare the GT3 RS to this. I think there are many aspects of each car that I love, but the GT3 is the GT3. I just wonder what this car would be like with that engine in it, because that is the one difficulty with this car, is that it's quite a bit slower. But that also makes it more fun here to drive. I can rip into it a little bit more and not be quite as law breaking, if you will. I noticed this is not bad, man. The valve's disconnected. John from Soul said I wouldn't like it, but he's being an exhaust manufacturer at Soul Performance is. He's probably super sensitive to drone. He's attempting to eliminate that completely. But I'm telling you, it's not bad at all. I can't see myself dealing with the valves. The only reason you deal with the valves in the GT3 is because you get really obnoxious, boomy drone. But this car should be programmed where you press the button, it should just open the valves and leave them open. On these cars are just so good. And I lowered it, I think this is only about a half an inch. But there's no ride degradation at all. The auto blip is one of those things that angers some people. But I like it. I mean, I can rev match just fine. I like the rev match. The thing I don't love to do is to try to heel toe, because I can't do it to save my life. So like coming up to this turn here, I love the fact that I don't have to try to heel toe. I can still brake normally. Those of you guys that can do it, those of you who are anti-spacers, I'm not sure why. Spacers can be useful if done right. So yeah, man, this is more fun. This is only the second time I've driven it since disconnecting the valves. I guess third time, maybe fourth time. So, yeah, this is the fourth time I've driven it since doing the over-axle pipes. But doing the disconnected valves with the over-axle pipes makes it way better. So don't be afraid if you don't want to do the whole valve controller install. I think this combo with the stock rear section and the over-axle pipes could be good for pretty much anyone, unless you're super sensitive to drone. The brakes in these cars are so awesome. I love that they don't scale back the brakes. They just carbon ceramics. This is what you get. There's one option. Yeah, but having this turn on automatically on its own, remember that. I love that. Raise it up a little bit, see if our thing works. It doesn't work through the metal building. Come on, Jeff, anticipate. This darn garage door opener doesn't work for squat. There we go. Like pulling into the back cage. Talking about a little hollowness. That's something we gotta fix. Anyway, always courtesy rev. Catch you on the next one.